Hello Gemini, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your October 2022 monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy of the month and then clarify with the different deck. So what's going on for the sign of Gemini? What do we need to know for you? We have the Strength card coming out. Aries got this energy. Making very strong plans, okay? And that's very easy for Geminis to do, is to rethink situations over and over and over to make sure that they have a very solid foundation. I kind of feel like that's what the energy is for you because we're moving into Libra season, or we have moved into Libra season. So fellow air sign. Now, I'm not saying to become compulsive with this energy. I'm saying you need to rethink something through, okay? Rethink the situation, see what the flaws are within your plans, and then come up with a better solution, a better idea for you for the future. So let's clarify this strength energy. I'm going to be using the Revelations Tarot deck. This deck does have reversals in it. Oh. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles upright, and the Queen of Swords upright. So with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, what you need to understand right here is that something that you're wanting to do right here is not going to pan out, all right? Because you have to go back into this Eight of Pentacles situation where you need to rework something. So what I'm seeing currently for your whatever you're doing, you're missing something. You're missing something very critical, because this Queen of Swords right here, Queen of Swords represents air energy, Libra energy, balancing out the situation. Combine it with the Eight of Pentacles, is like you're working hard on something. With the Queen of Swords energy, which is all mental, you're thinking very critically about something, right? The Ace of Pentacles is you finding the flaw within a situation and saying, oh, that's where I keep messing up within my life. So it could be within your life is where you're sitting there wondering, what am I doing wrong with my life right here? What am I doing that's constantly messing me up? And you're sitting there thinking about everything that you've ever done, and you're finding out that flaw, saying, oh, I fall in love with stupid people. I make really bad decisions when it comes to money. Whatever this is within your life, it could be groundbreaking for you. It's something that you haven't thought about before. Maybe you have, maybe you've just glanced over it. You know, a lot of people have depreciative humor. They say, oh, I make dumb decisions, but then they still continue to go out and make those dumb decisions. They don't really want to improve on that situation. I'm not saying that you do. Maybe it's something that you know that you do on the occasion, but you really need to pay attention to that. Bring it to the forefront. Why is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse? Let's look at that. Nope, that card wanted to jump. We'll take it. So we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. Here's the thing. You've been blessed with some sort of emotional fulfillment within your life. The universe has come into your life and said, hey, let's make Gemini someone who is emotionally fulfilling as an individual, okay? And Geminis tend to be. A lot of people love your personality, Gemini. You're able to be quick-witted. You're able to, discuss a broad variety of topics. A lot of people can fall in love with you very easily. But what I'm seeing for you is you constantly hand out your pentacle, your love, whatever the situation is, to people who do not deserve it, okay? The Queen of Swords is saying you need to think critically about whoever is coming into your life right here. You might have an opportunity to give your pentacle out to someone again. Is that person who you should give your pentacle to, or are you going to squander it again? Maybe you're someone who can't be alone. Maybe you're someone who always needs, emotional stimulation, mental stimulation. Maybe the universe is saying, hey, you need to take a step back. Build solid foundations, strong foundations for yourself. What's this Eight of Pentacles? We have the Fool energy. We have the Knight of Swords, so your energy coming out with the Fool. You need to have a reset within your life. You need to really think about, who are you? What do you deserve? What have you worked on within your life? How has your life shaped things? How have your decisions shaped your life? And you need to say, all right, I'm going to go back to the root point. I'm going to go back to point zero. I'm going to retrace my steps and say, I have all these great skills about me, and I'm going to make my first move. But I'm going to make sure that my first move has been very balanced, very carefully thought, all right? With this Queen of Swords energy, you're balancing out everything within your life. Maybe you're having that grand epiphany. Maybe you're going, from, your late 20s into your early 30s. We have the Queen of Swords coming out. We have the Devil energy. I kind of feel like it has to do with that you just give into temptation, Gemini, and that's what's coming up for you within this Libra season is temptation. A temptation to go back to an old way of doing things. Maybe you've actually progressed from this energy right here. Oh my gosh. We have the Knight of Cups coming out. Hold on, let me grab these cards. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to talk about it, though. The Knight of Cups coming out. The Knight of Cups represents not your energy, but it's Piscean energy. You're also ruled by a knight, okay? When we see this energy, it's like you're delivering your cup of love to people, okay? You're constantly going out there, marching around, delivering everything to other people, and no one's delivering back to you because, Gemini, you are a masculine air sign. Masculine signs tend to do things for other people. They don't really expect anything in return. Maybe you need to see other people put in the effort and the determination to have you within their lives, okay? Sorry, I was abrupt right there. I'm getting choked up. Anyway, with this devil energy, this does represent that, you have some sort of negative influence within your life. You feel chained to a situation, and it's saying that you need to cut it out twice with this Queen of Swords. It could be, you have that old addiction, like whenever a heartbreak happens, you go back to smoking some weed, smoking cigarettes, going back to your ex, whatever it is, you have some sort of negative thing within your life that you go back and do when things don't pan out for you. And the situation is, something's not panning out for you with this Ace of Cups. You're wanting to go back to this devil energy. Six of Pentacles, you're wanting to give back to it. Not a lot, but here's the thing. When you feed the fiends, when you feed the addictions, they get stronger, okay? So what I'm seeing is within this upset that you have within October, whatever it is, I feel like you've invested into something, maybe on the emotional level. It's not really worked out for you. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You worked hard on it. It doesn't work out. Retrace your steps. What do you do in your life that makes you fuck up? Okay? When you find that, when you go back to point zero, you have double clarification of the Eight of Pentacles. Make sure every single step that you take in this new situation coming up within your life, and it could be just something brand new happening. It doesn't have to be from your past. It could be, you're about to start something brand new. You've never done it before. You don't need to take any type of toxic behaviors into this new situation. Everything that you do right here needs to be perfectly thought out and perfectly balanced. For example, maybe you're someone who doesn't like to talk to people. You don't like to greet people in the mornings. I'm one of those people. I don't really want to fucking talk to anyone in the morning. However, in certain situations, it's important for you to say good morning to people when you're walking past them in a hallway. You might not think that that's important, but it does show some sort of, level of maturity. Take it how you want to. That's how society works. I'm not here to say, oh, it is what it is, or it is what it isn't, all right? Society says you need to act mature when you go into work. Maybe you're one of those people who just doesn't care. Go back to the point zero, to this situation. It's brand new. Make logical decisions. Do not give in to base impulses with this devil energy. Do not give in to temptations. Do not give in to your ex. Do not give in to old habits that you have. Move forward victoriously, and you're paving a very strong, solid foundation with people who you're around and whatever situation you're currently going through. You're paving it out as you're going. You're making sure that there are no cracks within the foundation. You're making sure you're not, making shortcuts, because that's what the Eight of Pentacles represents, is not taking shortcuts. Making sure all 8 pentacles are perfectly crafted. You don't want to just get to pentacle number 5 and say, oh, I got so many more to do. I'm just going to kind of fuck with it. I'm just not going to put in as much time and attention. No, they need to be perfect. They need to be a matching set, okay? Four of Wands, the Lovers, your energy coming out with the Eight of Cups. I kind of feel like you're celebrating a little bit prematurely right here. You're celebrating with something that you feel like is connected to the divine that you're ultimately going to leave with this Eight of Cups. You need to be very careful about that. Maybe you've celebrated something prematurely in your past. Maybe you're currently thinking that, hey, this situation is great. You need to rethink it. Is this someone who is just like your past? Is this situation just like your past? So there are two different types of Geminis I'm speaking to right here that are coming up within this reading. There are the Geminis who are wanting to go back to base impulses, and then there are Geminis who are moving forward. Geminis who are moving forward, don't count your chickens before they hatch, okay? The Ten of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So what I'm seeing for you is that potentially you're leaving situations right now, Gemini, who've left you kind of, emotionally unfulfilled. You're feeling a little lackluster. You're saying, this situation is something that I want, but it's not going to give me the 10 of Cups. So you're going to leave the situation to find the 10 of Cups, which you do ultimately find. It's very brand new with this Page of Wands, but you need to see it from a higher perspective. Maybe you receive a very good opportunity by you walking away from something from your past. You're saying, you know what? An addiction comes up or a temptation comes up and you say, you know what? I'm not going to go back to that. I'm not going to give in to that person. I'm not going to allow that person to have any influence within my life. You walk away from that situation. The universe moves you into the 10 of Cups, something that you truly want. The universe is saying you've passed this test. You've moved past this devil energy. You've not given in to temptation. Now you have something that's brand new with this Fool energy. You're brand new to the situation with the Page of Wands, but see it from a higher perspective. It's kind of like, in a way, look at all of the things that have happened at all the past jobs you've had, all right? Maybe you've made a lot of mistakes at your past jobs. I know I have. Some people tell you not to sleep with your coworkers, and that is very, very good, solid advice. Don't sleep with your coworkers. Show up to work on time. You know, this could be the time within your life you're receiving something that's very good because you're mature enough to handle it. But you don't need to go into your own immature ways. You need to pull from all those experiences you've had throughout your life to move forward into this situation that's very abundant for you, very good for you, and nurture it and pave a way that's very solid, all right? The 9 of Cups, a wish fulfillment coming out for you. So it's something that you've wanted, something that you've worked very hard for. You will be tested with this devil energy. Are you going to give into it or are you going to walk away from it? The universe wants you to connect to something that's higher, something that's for your better interest, but it's going to want to see if you can mature past this devil energy. It's going to want to see you struggle with it for a second. Something that's very tantalizing, an ex, an old person, a drug addiction, a habit, whatever it is, and it's going to want to see, can you walk away from it? Can you use your discernment with this double clarification of the Queen of Swords to cut this devil out of your life? To walk away from something. And then when you do walk away from something, go back to point 0 and say, these are where these mess ups happen throughout my life. I'm being presented with this new foolish situation, brand new opportunity, brand new, a blank slate. I can move into it victoriously. I am brand new moving into it victoriously. But I need to see things from a higher perspective. I need to draw on all of my past experiences and listen to, valuable advice from people who are older than me. Listen to advice from my old bosses, maybe something that I kind of brushed off. Listen to advice from my parents and say, this new situation is going to be mine. It's going to be my emotional fulfillment. It's going to be my 9 of Cups, my wish come true. So you're going from the 8, the 9, and the 10, okay? So let's look at your witches familiars. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? We have moth, caution, red squirrel, conscientious. You're being presented with something that you have to have caution towards it. Being very conscientious to this situation, saying, no, I'm going to look at it for what it is. I'm going to treat it like the devil that it is. And sometimes that's okay. Treating someone like the devil that they are, treating that addiction, treating whatever the situation is like the devil that they are. And that's okay, all right? If they've been detrimental to your life's purpose and your life's past or whatever this is within your life, it is okay to treat that as something that is very toxic and cut it out, all right? So let's look at this spellcasting oracle. What do we need to know with this? Seeing things from a very conscious point of view. Understanding that, moths do represent death. They do represent endings, okay? If you see the moth, if you see this addiction fluttering around, if you see something that looks very, kind of dangerous, something that you should have caution towards, but you kind of want to run towards it because the devil always appears as something that's very glamorous and beautiful, right? Having the discernment to walk away and seeing things for what they truly are, having that that hanged man energy, that high energy, that hanged man energy, travel, freedom. So what I'm seeing right here is you're having the ability to travel to attain some sort of freedom within your life, okay? You're going to be freed from a situation. You're traveling from the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, to the 10 of Cups right here. You're traveling with this 8 of Swords. So what I'm seeing for you is that if you can move past whatever this addiction is popping up within October, and you're going to be doubly tested on it because Libra's coming out twice, you're having a test right here. You're having a trial with this Queen of Swords energy. And the Queen of Swords is coming out and handing you this trial, handing you this test and saying, pass it. And the test does include the devil. The test includes, can you walk away from it? Can you? Because you might be sitting there saying, oh my gosh, it's going to make me so upset. This is someone, you know, who I really care about. But do you actually care about them, or are you just bored, Gemini? That's what Geminis kind of fuck up a lot within their lives, is that they don't truly like anyone. And you force yourself to like someone. You force yourself to love someone because you don't think anything good is going to happen to you. You settle. And the universe is saying, are you going to settle with something that you know is bad for you? Or are you going to move forward past this settling energy? Are you going to feel uncomfortable for a little bit, Gemini? Because if you feel uncomfortable and you walk away from it and you walk into this new future for yourself, you have the Ten of Cups coming out, okay? Very quickly. Skeleton strength, ancestors, love and legacy of our DNA. So what I'm seeing with this love and legacy energy is that, you know, look at your parents' experiences. Look at your grandparents' experiences. Look at, you know, people within your life who are related to you. They've gone through the same thing. Nothing new is under the sun. It's all a chasing after the wind in the end, right? What you need to understand with this love and legacy within our DNA is that your ancestors are trying to help you. You're trying to guide you right here. And your ancestors could be something that, you know, people who aren't dead. It could just be your parents. It could be your grandparents. Listen to that wise counsel. Listen to this divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Blend that energy together, because remember, you have to understand Gemini rules the twins. The twins are not, you know, male and female. It represents male and male. And one twin is not evil and one twin is not necessarily good. One twin sits at the positive polarity and one twin sits at the feminine polarity. And you need to draw from both of these polarities and blend them together and mesh that energy very well when you're moving forward. And that could be that double helix with that DNA. Having strength coming out with this strength twice, making a very solid foundation for you, okay? Listening to what people who are older than you have to say. You have release and accept. Release and accept the devil, okay? It's okay, Gemini. It's going to be uncomfortable. You might even cry it out a little bit. You might just feel upset. But walking away from this situation in October and passing this test, the test of the Queen of Swords, is critical for you to find your Ten of Cups happiness, okay? To find the Hanged Man energy, to connect yourself with this divine energy with this Lovers. The universe is telling you right here, it is divinely orchestrated for you to walk away from whatever this is from your past, okay? Drug addictions, people, person, place, or thing, all right? Maybe you have the opportunity to move forward, to travel to a new location. Maybe you're scared of taking this new location. It's saying to move forward, to go where you need to go, to get that money, do whatever you have to do. But don't take your bad habits with you, all right? Don't take negative energy and your negative habits into this brand new situation, all right? I know a lot of people who brought their drug addictions into newer situations, and that was ultimately their downfall. Other than their drug addiction, they were great people, but that's what set them back. They got caught, you know, with drugs in their system, and, you know, they lost everything. Like, that's what it is. If you know that you can't have it in this new situation, then don't try to fucking cheat the system and whatever, because eventually it all just, it never works out the way you want it to. You might get away with it for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, whatever, but eventually new system will come out, new people who aren't stupid will come out, and they'll catch you in the end, right? You have Kenaz, Torch, knowledge, new outlook, creation, understanding, ideas, inspiration, and vision. Spiritual meaning is inner guidance and enlightenment. And, you know, if you're struggling with this, whatever it is, maybe you've given up on it for, you know, 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks is very hard when you've given up something, because when it comes back around, it's dangled in your face, like, oh, do you want to do it? Are you going to be able to walk away from that? Especially if you're getting clean for, you know, a new job. Like, are you going to get clean 2 weeks in and then, you know, fuck up in the end? No, you don't want to do that for yourself, Gemini. Berkana, encourage ideas, aid creative endeavors, nurture a project, help with family. Help with family. Be, you know, if you're suffering with something, suffering with a problem, go and talk to people who care about you. Go and talk to your parents. I guarantee you your parents have been through the same situation, okay? They might not talk about it, especially if your parents are super religious. The reason that they're super religious is because they've gotten away from certain things within their life, okay? That's something that you need to understand right there. If you were to go and talk to them about the nitty-gritty of things, you'd find out a lot of things about your parents that you just didn't know. And they might not even tell you until you're 30, 40 years old. Yeah, they might tell you that they were drug addicts at one point. They, had a lot of sex with a lot of different people, but they had a grand epiphany, a spiritual epiphany, and turned their life around. And then they want to say that that's a dead part of them. That's an old part of them. They don't want to bring that into the future. They don't want to talk about it. And you know what? We don't oftentimes think about that. We oftentimes think when we see someone who's really religious, we think, oh, they've always been that way. They're just weird. They've always grown up like that. They could have just had a major spiritual epiphany. The divine could have saved them from something catastrophic, and you know what? They devoted themselves to that. That doesn't mean that, their life has always been peachy keen at the top, right? They have a story to tell, and I kind of feel like that's the situation. You have this ability dangled in front of your face. You need to go and seek wise counsel from people who are older than you. Maybe someone who you wouldn't have expected, your grandma. This is kind of like a dark situation. Like, I read up on it. I looked into it, and it's kind of true. There are a lot of women in, say, the 40s and 50s who just, when they were done having children, they would, force themselves to miscarry early and then throw it into the river. Like, they would talk about that at, like, the nursing homes and whatnot. They have their own secrets. They have their own whatever going on, okay? And maybe you need to go and talk to your grandma about something in your life. Maybe you need to talk to your grandpa. I'm not talking about that, but, like, a breakup or an addiction or whatever it is. Someone you might not expect. Wise counsel, but I feel like they will have the wise counsel for you. So anyway, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.